This is TWiT.
Hey, Dylan, all the way up in Calgary, Canada. Scott Wilkinson, the home theater geek. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You bet.
I used to live in a house, and I had a nice home theater set up with full Paradigm studio system.
Ooh, nice.
Anthem preamps and receivers.
Ooh, even nicer. Wow.
Yeah. And now I move into a smaller apartment, and, well, that just won't work.
It just won't fit.
Yeah.
Doggone it.
So I have it in storage, but now I'm just looking for an alternative for what you would think.
Well, do you have room for actual separate speakers, surround speakers, or do you not even have room for that?
Probably not, no. Yeah.
I'm really sorry to hear that. I guess the one thing I would think would be there's a system that's been around for a long time from a Canadian company actually, called Energy.
Okay.
And they make something called the Take Classic. Which is a 5.1 system. It's called a SAT subsystem, or satellite subwoofer. And it's got 5 tiny, tiny little cube speakers that you put around you in a surround format, and a little subwoofer that you can put anywhere. There are guidelines on where to put it, but we won't get into that right now. They're so small that it might in fact fit. Okay. And I have heard the Energy Take 5. Sometimes it's called the Take 5 or the Take 5.1. I think these days it's called the Take Classic. I have heard it, and it's surprisingly good for what it is. You'd think these little tiny speakers. Bose also makes such a system, but as anyone who has listened to me regularly, I generally don't recommend Bose speakers.
I'd never liked Bose.
Okay, very good. So that's one solution. Another solution, if you really, 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 really don't have room, is a sound bar. Okay. Now, there are plenty of sound bars out there. There's tons of them. Yeah. And some of them do a fake surround, or a simulated surround, or a pseudo surround. Yeah. I'm not really convinced that any of them are all that good. The ones I've heard, generally speaking, they might expand the sound stage out beyond the physical boundaries of the soundbar, but they don't really get behind you. My favorite soundbar these days is, again, from Pioneer. It's, again, designed by Andrew Jones. It's called they have these weird names for their products. I'm going to go back to the speaker bar. They call it a speaker bar. And it is the SP-SB23W. Lists for $400. And it's basically a 3.1 system. It's got 3 speaker channels in the sound bar, and then a subwoofer that sits off to the side, which is wireless too, by the way, which is kind of cool. And this is one of the best sounding sound bars, or speaker bars. The guy at Pioneer told me that sound bar is actually a copyrighted name. I forget who owns it, but in any event, they have to call it a speaker bar. Okay, so it's a 3.1 channel system in the front, and it really, really sounds great. Highly recommended. So if you really don't have room for even a tiny little Energy Take 5 system, then this Pioneer speaker bar is the one to get. Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll check those both out.
Good luck, and I hope you make it back into a larger space where you can use that fabulous system you've got.
Yeah, same here.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for the call, man.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. A couple people in the chat room were talking about Yamaha's sound projectors. Oops. Doggone it, I keep forgetting to hit that button to mute the hang up. Anyway, sound projectors, Yamaha sound projectors, do have a fairly nice pseudo surround, and that's all I can say on the subject. It's Scott Wilkinson here, the home theater geek, filling in for Leo Laporte, the tech guy.